cooler, but yeah, that action man will do. But yeah, just thought, good game. Solid post.
Good game.
Yeah, it's good that.
Yeah, thank you for that.
2 weeks hours.
It did literally take 2 weeks to know.
Yeah, cool. I think anybody else got anything else? I'm happy wasting some time. So first thing was, in your opinion, what makes a great employee? Other than obviously me.
I think it's different for everybody, isn't it? I think it depends on the kind of manager or leader you are. If you're asking me what makes a great employee for me, it's somebody that's not coming for a job.
Okay.
So somebody that is actively pursuing, they don't necessarily have to be clear on what it is that they're pursuing.
Yeah.
But they really want to forge their way to do something, versus somebody that goes, I'm out of work, I need some work, I can do that work, let me apply for the job.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for is, what are your values as an individual? Is that aligned with sort of what I want?
Mm.
And if it is, how can I work with you and mentor you over a period of time to help you improve your skills, to help you forge your way and your career to eventually having a job that you want?
I get what you mean. So it's more like somebody that values the journey and the steps that you've got to take there, rather than the end result of having some money in your pocket.
Yeah, well, I mean, having some people don't want to come and work for free.
Yeah,
we don't have that environment anymore.
Yeah.
Although one of my first jobs, I went for free because I knew it was a good opportunity.
Yeah.
And I was prepared to invest 3 months unpaid.
Was that in coaching or was
Yeah.
that? Yeah. I thought it was. When you started out, so just going and
Learning.
learning the trade.
Yeah, go and learn it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that not only did I think it was a good fit for me, I knew that it was going to stretch me. It was going to push me on, and it was worth the time investment for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got to be, for me, and I've done videos about this in the past. Values are far more important than skills.
Yeah.
Because I can train skills, but values are your values.
No, I get that. Yeah. So it's like you want somebody who's the right person. Like I say, skills can be attained. But what I found interesting, especially watching some of your videos as well, actually, is obviously that's what a great employee is. What's the difference between a great employee and what makes a great business owner? Would you say that they're one and the same? Can you be a great employee and be a great business owner, or is there a difference in terms of the person that you have to be in order to make that transition? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, and being an employee is one of the first runs on the ladder.
Yeah.
And not many people realise this, but when you're at school, what the school system teaches you is how to be a good employee. If you think about, and if you really break it down, what they teach you is to turn up on time to do your homework.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you'll get something at the end of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're actually teaching you how to be an employee. Okay, you turn up on time, you do what you're told to do, and then there'll be a reward at the end of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily teach entrepreneurialism.
Mm.
And to be a great business owner, you've got to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to monetize ideas. You've got to be able to go, all right, this is, like, if I'm passionate about sleeping, it's going to be difficult for me to make money out of that. And whether we like it or not, us Brits, we avoid talking about money at every opportunity, right?
Yeah.
But a good business makes money.
Yeah.
Even good charities make money.
Well, you've got to be under a legal obligation as a business to...
If your business is losing money, by law, you have to close it down.
Yeah.
Because it's trading illegally. Yeah. So you've got to be able to monetize ideas. So it's taking that, self-employment is the first real step. Okay, so if you can be a good self-employee, theoretically you can be an employer of people. But every step of the ladder that you take, you've got to learn a new skill. So from being a good employee, that's how to turn up on time and do your homework. Well, to be good at being self-employed, that's okay. How can I take the skills that I've attained through my employment and monetize them?
Yeah.
To be my own boss. Most people that go into self-employment want to avoid being managed, right? They don't want that person breathing over their neck, saying, do that, do that, do that, do that. What tends to happen is then you get that extra flexibility and you sort of lose some of your pizzazz a little bit.
Yeah.
That's obviously where coaching comes in. So, yeah, great employees can make great business owners, provided that they take the necessary steps to learn, self-employment, managing, recruiting, training, leading people, And then entrepreneurialism, how I can take that into a sort of a turnkey, get it to work so I can do something else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, one of the last questions that I had actually, because everything that you've said there makes sense, and it's all about educating yourself, upskilling yourself. But a lot of that is centered around risk. You know, if you're going into business for yourself and you're doing these entrepreneurial things.
Yeah.
So one of the questions that I have, and this is for myself, and hopefully a few people that end up watching this are in a similar boat to me. How can you go from being somebody who's risk averse to being more pro risk and having the reassurances that you are making the right steps?
I think Again, being risk averse and being pro risk is who you are as an individual.
Right. Okay.
You've got to be able to take calculated risks when you're in business. Like the greatest business owners, some of them have taken like crazy risks.
Yeah.
Now Branson, and not many people know it, but like the day that he launched Virgin Atlantic, he had the bank manager on his doorstep taking his house, but he was that sort of one-track minded, knowing don't worry, it's going to work.
Yeah.
That's like crazy risk.
Or like Steve Jobs. And that's why I asked the question, because you see all these big entrepreneurs, Elon Musk's the same. You see them and they've all taken a punt. And it's like in their brain, they've got this blinkered vision and nothing's going to stop them. And I wondered whether, is that inbuilt into the individual? Because I get what you don't hear is the not so success stories where people have acted the same way and got completely different
There
results.
is far, far more unsuccessful stories at taking a punt.
Yeah.
Than successful stories.
Yeah, so I wondered, is that just inbuilt into who we are as people, or is that something that you can learn to sort of master and re-educate yourself around so that you can take those sorts of risks?
Again, it depends on what you class as a good business owner.
Yeah.
Like, in your opinion, is a good business owner a business that's turning over £500,000, that employs 10 people, they get paid good money, their clients are happy, and the business works? For me, that's a good business owner. That's a good business, right? You don't have to take over. But in some people's opinion, a good business is just something that is in every single country, is in every single major city, and it makes $1 billion a year.
Yeah.
You've got to first and foremost define what success is for you.
Yeah.
So if a success story for you is £1 million business that employs 10 people that are all on the same journey, that offer great value to their customers, that have got a fantastic work-life balance, their customers are raving fans of theirs, and that's their lot, then cool, that's your lot.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
But in order to get there, you're going to have to take some calculated risks.
Yeah, and understand what your end game is.
I had a conversation with on like the Asquith show, and you could call in and ask a question. There was a guy that asked, I've got 3 great candidates for a job.
Yeah.
How do I know which one to hire? Right? So that is that's cautious, right?
Yeah.
I've got 1 job, but I've got 3 really good people. A calculated risk is take them all.
Take them all on and choose the best one.
Just take them all on. What's the worst case scenario?
They don't pay for themselves, and you take the best of the bunch, wouldn't you?
Or take none of them.
You take none of them, and
now you be honest with all 3 parties and say, look, I have 1 position. I think all 3 of you are great. This is my offer. This is what you've got to do in order to stay in your employment in the short term.
Yeah.
Provided that I'm honest with them that this is what it's going to look like, but that's the calculated risk. Like, why would I just have 1? If there's 3 great people, why was that even a thought?
Yeah.
Take them all on. So worst case scenario is none of them work. Well, if I'd have just taken 1 on, it wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah.
Best case scenario is I've just increased my capacity by 200%.
Yeah, provided that the profit centres for the business, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I think you touch on something else there as well, which is sort of like social constructs of how we behave as human beings. That's probably another thing we taught from school, that if you've got 1 thing, you can only give 1 thing. When the reality of the situation is, if you look at it from a commercial perspective, we know there's an attrition rate with this sort of stuff.
Forget calculated risk.
Okay.
And think more of, not everything has to be an either or.
Yeah.
Most people are in this, do I do this or do I do this?
Yeah.
Great entrepreneurs do this and do this.
Yeah.
And do that and do the other.
Yeah. And see which works
That's
best.
better than risk taking.
Yeah.
They just amass themselves into 10 markets instead of just one market? Do I do this market or that market, or do them both?
Yeah, and if you do them all small scale, then you're going to get a rough idea of what the returns would be on any of that, so it wouldn't be a risk anyway. Okay, that makes sense.
So minimise risk by taking calculated risks, but you can't avoid. Risk is really decision making.
Yeah.
You've got to get better at making decisions.
Yeah. So maybe I need to ask the question a different way then. How do you, if you're somebody that naturally isn't very good at making decisions, like, wearing pink shorts to work or whatever it might be,
wonderful.
How can you get better at making decisions? From your experience, have you ever worked with somebody who's been in that sort of mold, struggled to make decisions?
Yes.
And that can be down to fear paralysis.
Yes.
What would your suggestions be?
Use your brain.
All right, okay.
You don't know what I mean by that, yeah?
Do you mean is it go off the instant answer your brain gives you instead of searching for something else?
Write this down. So brain down, BRAIN, down the page.
Like an acrostic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, what are the benefits of me making this decision?
Yeah.
What are the risks of me making this decision?
Yeah.
What issues may I encounter if I make the decision or if I don't make the decision?
Yeah.
Miss the A. What are the alternatives? So do I have to make this decision, or the alternatives?
Okay.
And finally, what do I do next? So if you've got an important decision to make, what are the benefits?
Yeah.
What are the risks? What are the alternatives? What are the issues? What do I do next?
Right, okay.
Nice and simple. But make sure that you use the end.
Yeah, I bet that's what most people miss out.
And what do I do next? Okay, well I do this, this and this. But now provided you do what you've set out to do, it's probably going to be a good decision.
Yeah.
Because you've gone through everything. You've engaged your head and your heart.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, use your brain. That's what it's there for.
That makes sense. Well, thanks very much, that's useful.
Thanks, buddy.